Hey there everyone, this is Michael Dougal, your Toronto real estate resource, and the market now is a whole lot different than what it was about 6 weeks ago. But the first thing I want to share with you is stay calm because the average price is still very high and it's a lot higher than where it was last year. And one of the things that you may find surprising is that bidding wars are actually still happening. As we take a look at listings in Durham, the list price on the left-hand side, the sold price on the right-hand side, and clearly the majority of them are selling above the asking price. And the same thing can be said in Markham. Over here, we can see that homes are selling above the asking price. So that's one of the major changes in the marketplace right now, is that if you price the listing correctly, it's going to sell over the asking price. But if you don't, expect it to sit for a little bit longer, but ultimately you will get the price that you're looking for. But just don't price your listing in accordance to the marketplace how it was in February or late January, because the marketplace now is a lot different than what it was back then. So in this video, I'm going to share with you my market predictions. We're going to take a look at some great data, which is going to give you a better idea of what's happening in the marketplace. And if you are considering buying or selling, then of course, call me. And if you are an ambitious real estate agent that wants to learn about what you can get from joining EXP along with my group, then book a call with me. My contact information is in the description box below, as well as my Calendly link. And let's jump right into this first chart over here, where we can see how the market has been performing on a week-by-week basis. So what we're looking at is we're looking at detached sales, specifically in the city of Toronto, with the 2022 numbers being indicated by the yellow line and the 2021 numbers indicated by the blue line. Now, the good news is, of course, that home prices have significantly appreciated from last year, whereas if we look at appreciation back several years ago, like looking at 2018 to 2019 or 2019 to 2020, there wasn't as much appreciation as we are experiencing. We've even seen appreciation on a month-by-month basis. From July 2021 all the way up until February 2022, there was only appreciation, which is very rare. Like usually we see, at least in the month of December or sometimes August, that the average price does slightly lessen. But now we finally experienced some depreciation. Over the past week, our average price for detached sales in the city of Toronto was $2,061,000. And look at the week prior, it was $1,992,000. So that's a slight increase, but really where the properties were selling at their highest price when the market peaked was back at the end of February. For detached sales in the city of Toronto, our average price was at $2,102,000. And then what happened? Maybe it was the interest rate, maybe it was the talk about the war in Ukraine and how it would affect the global economy, but our average price did decline for several weeks in a row. We had we had 1 week which was just very unusual. That doesn't count, which then brings up the major question of why did the market seem to have stopped and why did prices then come up afterwards? And the reason is because there was generally a lot of fear in the marketplace, a lot of concern. Buyers were not out there willing to purchase property because they wanted to see just exactly what would happen within the next several weeks. And what we did see, especially during late March and now early April, is a number of new listings. If you look left and right on the weekends, you're probably going to find an open house, whereas a couple months ago, there were minimal open houses or no open houses. And of course, keeping in mind that right now the lockdown restrictions have really lifted, but at the same time, there is definitely more inventory no matter which area you go to. There's a few unique circumstances with maybe condos where there isn't much inventory, but for the most part, you should expect that if you are a buyer looking for property, that you finally do have some selection. We're even seeing properties out there which are a little bit unique come to the marketplace. Maybe they have a pool or they're a century home. So this is the time to really get out there and start looking. Go on realtor.ca, contact me or whichever real estate agent you're comfortable communicating with. Now let's take a look at the condo apartments and just how the market has changed on a week-by-week basis. And here we can certainly see some stability. It's not like the condo apartments really experienced the same shock that the detached homes did in early March. We can see when the market peaked on February 26th, which was the same time when the market peaked for detached homes, the average price was $865,000, and then it decreased to $829,000 and then $811,000. But then what happened? The average price did increase, and if we take a look at just how the market has changed from 2022 to 2021 based on the yellow line and the blue line, we can actually see that the average price had increased by 24%. So if you have thoughts of buying, keep in mind that if you would have bought a year ago, properties were 24% less, which hopefully inspires you and motivates you to go ahead and do the right thing. Buy real estate and wait. Don't wait and then buy real estate. And then the average price seemed to have stabilized a little bit, somewhere between $800,000 to $850,000. And so my predictions, first with freehold properties, is that they should stabilize with the average price and further appreciate by the end of the year. I'm expecting them to sell by about 4 to 5% more than what they're selling for right now. With the condo market, that's where I'm expecting more appreciation. I'm expecting appreciation somewhere between 8 to 9% if you look at the time now to the end of the year. And the reason for that is just simply because it's a lot more affordable for the majority of purchasers out there, especially first-time buyers. They cannot afford to get into a single-family home, being freehold property like a detached or a semi-detached or townhome. And so there's certainly more demand for all the condo apartments out there. Buyers are either buying resale or they are going ahead and buying pre-construction, because one of the main advantages with buying a property pre-construction is that they can delay out the time in which they need to be approved for a mortgage, and they can pay in installments rather than doing things the traditional way of having your 20% saved up to put down now, plus paying your closing costs, plus being approved for a mortgage right now, so they're able to delay that out to a further point. And where I want to last share my market predictions are with the luxury homes. And this is the segment of properties where I see the biggest change throughout the rest of the year. I'm expecting these homes to sit for a little bit longer, and I'm not expecting any appreciation at all. Not depreciation, probably the market to be somewhat stable. So if you are looking at a more high-end home, I would recommend you go ahead and make that purchase, because likely it will go up in value the following year like it has been doing over the past several years. And if you all did find this information helpful, then of course consider subscribing. And if you are a returning viewer, be sure to let me know that you're watching the video. I love your comments. I love your feedback. Tell me something that you learned during this video or your market predictions. And if you are an ambitious real estate agent that wants to learn more about eXp Realty, then be sure to contact me, or you can go in the description box of this video and select a time where you'd like to speak. We can do so over on the phone or on Zoom. I would love to connect with you all, and I'll look forward to seeing you all next time.